Right now is what we saw yesterday was just a good moment that we could achieve consensus, and that we did it without the US in the room, and that you saw other countries reaffirm South Africa's presidency of the G20. But this document that we now have consensus on is a very broad document. It's a very the language in any declaration is not one that comes in with words like binding, whatever. You got to give latitude and leeway in a document like this. And I think for me, the issues around the SDGs is critical now in terms of how do you align that to your national development plans. So if you go back to what the residents are saying, you know, they're making the city look good because they got these leaders coming in and they don't want to be embarrassed by what the city looks like. I think that's the level in which you now need to start thinking about how do you domesticate the commitments made in the declaration. Because you can't only look at this declaration in the context of the international. Yes, it's about the international, it's about the global, it's about things like debt sustainability, questions around poverty, inequality, food sovereignty, food security, and climate change and disaster resilience and so forth. However, there's something very important here that now we need to think about. And I just came back from the social summit. Yeah. And the social summit was quite interesting because there you had more of the voices of people from civil society and from different kinds of institutions and indigenous communities, disabled people with disabilities and so forth. And what we were picking up at the social summit was essentially that people were talking about their domestic context. Yeah. And they were hoping that the G20 would actually address it. And we had to ask them, how do you distinguish between the domestic and the international?